We're going to let a few more people come in because we are live right now on YouTube and Facebook Live. Welcome to the Nikki Rich Show. I'm your host, Miss Nikki Rich. And as you know, we are just 1 week away from the general election. And it's important, guys, that we get out and we vote. And one of my faves, Oprah Winfrey, has created the Own Your Vote to encourage, inspire, and support all the voters out there across the world and across the country, I would say, on November the 3rd. So to anybody out there, get out and vote. But today we have a featured guest, Miss Jotaka Eaddy. Welcome, the senior advisor of the Own Your Vote. I'm excited to have you here today.
I'm so excited to be on the Nikki Rich Show. So this is quite exciting.
Yes. And just to be a part of this campaign, this movement is legendary. It is legendary, and we have to get out and vote.
You're absolutely right, Nikki. This campaign, the campaign that Miss Winfrey and the Oprah Winfrey Network has launched is a historic campaign. It is a campaign that is a multi-layered, multifaceted campaign. It is a nonpartisan campaign meant to inspire and motivate voters to get out and vote. There's so many elements to this campaign. We're excited about the Town Hall series that's taking place this week. We're also excited about just all of the great content, all of the great information that has come out with this campaign. It started earlier this summer in August, and the campaign is really focused on three areas, both our celebrating our past and how far we've come to receive and to achieve both the political power and voting rights in this country, the moment that we're in the present, and those leaders who have helped and are shaping the political landscape and voting rights in this country, and also the fierce urgency of now and the future of the policies and the issues that the viewers of OWN, particularly Black women and the people that they move, care about. And so this campaign has really sought to center Black women and the issues that they care about, celebrate and highlight their stories, but most importantly, ensure that everyone understands the power of their vote and the importance of owning their vote.
It's very important. And I myself have been a part of these town halls and a part of the campaign. I personally got to be inspired and motivated with the leaders, the different, also, I would say, sororities and fraternities. It's so inspirational, and to know that this is history we're making. It's history.
You're absolutely right, Nikki. And I mean, Oprah Winfrey herself is she's walking inspiration herself. And when last night we had a wonderful, incredible event. We had the presidents of all of the sororities, Black sororities. We had the president, Dr. Glenda Glover, president of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, President Beverly Evans Smith, president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, President Valerie Hollingsworth Baker, president of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and President Rashida Liberty, who's president of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. But in addition to that, we had the leaders of the Links Incorporated, Black Women's Roundtable, Higher Heights, and we had the incomparable, most inspiring Dr. Janetta Besh-Cole, who is the chairman of the National Council of Negro Women. But we also had experts in Brittany Packnett Cunningham, in addition to Representative Gwen Moore. We heard from voters in Wisconsin. It was a very inspirational night. But I think the surprise, Nikki, was when we had Senator Kamala Harris drop in. That was an incredible moment last night for Senator Harris to really come in and talk about sisterhood, what it meant to be a Black woman in this very incredible moment, and really to let everyone know, despite who they want to vote for, that it is important to understand the power of their vote and make sure that they're owning the vote.
Now, for anybody out there, I know there's these town halls. So who can join in? Who can join in on these calls, and who can join in on these Zoom calls?
Well, the town halls are taking place every night this week. So there's a town hall tonight that's focused on North Carolina. There's a town hall on Wednesday. It's going to go big. We're going to be focusing on Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Ohio, in addition to Michigan. And then on Thursday night, we're going to focus in on my home state of South Carolina. You asked the question, who can participate? Everyone should participate. You can go to www.zoomwithoprah.com. That's www.zoomwithoprah.com to register and sign up for all the nights. Every night in true Oprah Winfrey fashion is going to be exciting. There are going to be surprises. There's going to be lots of inspiration. There'll be conversations. And so everyone can watch. So you don't have to be from North Carolina or live in North Carolina to watch the session tonight that is going to be focused on conversations with North Carolina voters. Or you don't have to be from the states on Wednesday or Thursday. You can be from anywhere in the country, because, you know, the message that is being shared on each and every night is the power of owning your vote and listening to voters, answering questions, and making sure that everyone understands their power. And I do want to add, Nikki, that on Monday night, it's going to be quite special, because it is going to be a night of hope and healing and a prayer for our entire nation. We all know Miss Oprah Winfrey and all of the wonderful leaders of faith and spiritual leaders that she has constantly shared with us through her Super Soul Sundays. And so on Monday night, we are going to have a moment of hope and healing for our nation, and that will be Monday night. So we are encouraging everyone out there to join us for these conversations. www.zoomwithoprah.com.
Well, we know also that some of these events are focused on specific states. So how was the states chosen? I mean, I know you got North Carolina, South Carolina. How was these specific states chosen?
Well, you know, Oprah and the network, you know, they've been paying attention very closely to just the national conversation. We know that all of these states are states where historically we've heard about voter suppression. These are also states where we know that historically Black voter turnout has gone down in some places. And so it's important for particularly those that are viewers of the OWN network. And quite frankly, you know, OWN is a network that has programming that all of us enjoy, whether or not, no matter where you're from, no matter where you live or who you are. And it was important for the network to really focus in on places where we could actually help make a difference. Again, this is a nonpartisan campaign. We don't have an opinion on who you vote for. We care about ensuring that you actually vote. And so when you look at states like North Carolina, you look at states like Wisconsin or South Carolina, these are places where the elections are decided by just a few numbers. And so that means that every single vote counts, every single vote matters. And it's important for people to exercise their right to vote, because that is the power for which we can actually change policies to enact those policies that impact our lives and the things that we care most about.
And I want to let everybody know too, if you don't quite understand at OWN, if you go to the YouTube, there's a video for Own Your Vote, you know, broken down from not only the leaders, from the college students to voter suppression. And, you know, it explains better there with On Your Vote at OWN.
Yeah, you know, Nikki, the network spent a lot of time really thinking about how to craft a campaign that was going to create a difference. And so this campaign has had the benefit of research. First, the network started with research, comprehensive research, to understand what are the issues that are most important to the viewers of OWN? What are the issues that particularly Black women and those in our country, what is it that we care about? And the campaign has really developed to not only speak to those issues. And so there have been just many amazing aspects of the campaign that actually speaks to a variety of the various audiences. I mean, the just last week, the campaign wrapped and featured the last episode of Sincerely Camille, which is an animated series. If you haven't followed and or checked out Sincerely Camille, you can view it on all social media platforms. You can also visit www.ownyourvote.tv and you can catch it there. But it's an animated series that really speaks to the true life of what many of us are experiencing in the throes of 2020. In the midst of all of the protests, but also in a COVID environment, of what it means to really own your vote. And so everything from that animated series to all of the content that you discussed to actual tools. If you go to the website, there's actually a tool that allows you to put in your zip code and your information and build your ballot. It'll tell you who's running for office, your federal candidates, your Senate and congressional candidates, and even your local candidates. Because one of the things that we know that is equally as important as who's going to be the president or the vice president or who's going to be in Congress is who's going to be your mayor, who's going to be your state representative, and who is going to be your local district attorney, because all of those positions affect our day-to-day lives. And so it's important for us to pay attention to not only who's at the top of the ticket and the issues and where they stand on issues, but also who's running down ballot. And so this campaign is really focused on making sure that we give everyone the opportunity and the tools to make an informed decision, but most importantly, that they're inspired to actually make the decision to vote.
Yes. Now, also, can you tell us some of the panelists that are at these town halls? That I know tonight is Wisconsin, correct?
Tonight is North Carolina. Last night was Wisconsin. So tonight in North Carolina, we're excited. I mean, we have like an all-star panel of amazing experts and thought leaders. We have tonight Sherlyn Eiffel, who's the president and council director of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, who, we see her everywhere. She's a fierce fighter for voting rights and an advocate for civil rights. We also tonight will have Mayor Vi Lyles, who's the mayor of Charlotte. I'm not sure if many of you have seen, there's a commercial that's going around that has gone viral of all of the Black women mayors that are around the country. So we'll hear from Vi Lyles. We'll also have Tamika Mallory on tonight, who is a fierce advocate, someone who has been on the ground fighting for justice, particularly for Breonna Taylor. So we'll hear from her tonight. And then we'll also move on and we'll hear from leaders from Color of Change, Arisha Hatch. We'll hear from Vote.org's president, Andrea Haley. We'll hear from her later on in the week. We'll hear from Camilla Landrum, a young, energetic leader from the NAACP. And we'll also hear from a councilwoman, Tamika Isaac Devine of Columbia, South Carolina. So it is just a wonderful lineup. And then again, we're going to be greeted every night by the leaders of the Black sororities and the Divine Nine and leaders of Black women organizations that are actually doing the work in each of those states to ensure that we are owning our votes.
And I tell you, it's so powerful. It inspires you. You get on that call, you will be inspired to go out and vote.
Absolutely. And as Oprah reminded everyone, she said last night, and I think, it's only Oprah can pull us all together like this and inspire us in the way that she does. But she made an incredible point last night, and she talked about really, we got to think about our why. The why that we want to go vote. It's not just simply, hey, go vote, but think about your why and make sure that you understand and internalize your why and that you go vote. In many of these states, early voting is taking place all across the country. And we are encouraging everyone to early vote. If you have a mail-in ballot, turn in that mail-in ballot. It's so incredibly important to turn in that mail-in ballot. And if you don't vote early, on Election Day on November 3rd, we want you to make sure that you safely wear masks, social distance, go and vote, and please stay in line, make it fun, vote. And if you have any problems at the polls, to just dial 866-OUR-VOTE. That is a hotline that is led by a coalition, the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under the Law, with Kristen Clark, who is the president, who's also going to be joining us on Wednesday night, leads that organization. But there is a team of lawyers who can answer your questions before you go to the polls. And if you have any troubles at the polls, that they can indeed help you. So it's a wonderful series of events, and we have amazing partners that we're working with.
And also, we know that Oprah launched the Get Out and Vote initiative this summer. Can you tell us about, what the election means to Oprah? I mean, I know it means everything. So can you tell us what it means to Oprah?
Well, as I shared, Oprah in one of our town halls, she really talked about her why, and she tells this amazing story of Reverend Otis Moss III, and a story that he shares about his own father's plight of voting, and what it took for him to vote. And there's an incredible video that's going around the internet now that sort of illustrates that story. And she talked about understanding that story and internalizing that story of his father getting up that early that morning, determined to go vote, only to walk 6 miles, to be turned away, to go walk another 6 miles, to be turned away, to go walk another 6 miles, only to be told, well, if you came here earlier, we would let you vote. He never got to vote. But it would go on that Otis Moss Jr. would go on to stand beside Dr. Martin Luther King and help fight for voting rights, and would be able to see himself vote and his son vote and pass that on. And so she talks about, just the lineage and the history of what it means for us to be able to cast that vote. And I know that just in her conversations of what she shared on these town halls is that what she recognizes that there is absolute power in our votes, and that it's so important in this moment in our country, no matter who you want to vote for. But there's been so much that has happened, and so many people who have sacrificed for us to be able to vote. And so when we walk into that ballot box, that right and that privilege that we have, that it is a sacred right. And it is something that we all should think about our why. And as we're casting that ballot, recognize that we're voting not only for ourselves, but we're voting for those who couldn't vote before us, and we're voting for those who can't vote now in the future of this country.
And we're voting for those who died to vote, those who fought, who died. I mean, it's just amazing to see, but we're here. We're here to pick it up, and tell everybody about it. But I'm so honored to have you here to talk about Own Your Vote. I mean, very important. Everybody go out and vote. Do you have any last words that you would like to share?
Well, I would say please join us this week. If you can join us, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will go live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register at www.zoomwithoprah.com. It's very simple. You just register. You'll get the Zoom link. You can join us. Tell friends to join us. You can join us tonight as North Carolina. We'll be focusing the conversation on North Carolina, but you can live anywhere and watch the conversation. We'll do it again on Wednesday night, again on Thursday night, and again on Monday night with a call for hope and healing and a prayer for our nation leading into the election. And last but certainly not least, Nikki, the most important thing that I would leave with everyone is to own your vote. Please, the power of our vote is so incredibly important. No matter who you cast your ballot for, it's just important for us to understand that there is power in our vote, and we have to own our votes. And we encourage you to follow us. Use hashtag Own Your Vote. You can follow us at Own Your Vote and Own TV. And we have lots of content and information out there for you. And if you have questions, you can go to our website and you can talk to us. You can join us on these town halls. But most importantly, get out there and own your vote.
Get out and own your vote. Thank you so much, Jotaka Eaddy. And we will be on that call this afternoon. I'm looking forward to it. And, we're going out there and getting out there and vote. And we're going to continue to encourage here on the Nikki Rich Show platform. Thank you once again for being our guest today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you tonight, Nikki.
Thank you.